In this video, we're going to use UTIPS and show how to add questions and align those questions with standards. We're going to start by logging into UTIPS, utips.org. We're going to go to My Tests. Under My Tests, we're going to do New, and under New we have two options. We can create a folder and we can create an assessment. I'm going to create a folder called Exploring CS, and then I'm going to create an assessment underneath that. I've created a folder, Exploring CS. I've got a test called 07 Fundamental Applications. I'm going to click on that so that it's opened. I'm going to go to Items. In Items, I'm going to start with creating a test. In here, I'm going to create 3 tests. I am going to create a new multiple choice. I'm going to start by typing in my question. Questions here need to always be in a question format. I hit Tab to where it lets me start entering the first answer. I type in my first question, I hit Tab, and it takes me to a new line where I can put in the second option to choose from. Okay, I've got my 4 questions in. What I'm going to come now, I'm going to mark the correct answer. And I'm going to come over here on the right and I'm going to tell it to randomize the options when it chooses those. I'm going to do a save just so that I don't lose anything that's happened at this point in time. Next question I'm going to do is a new with multiple correct answers. I'm going to type in the stem and then put in my options. I've got my question typed in. Since this one has multiple answers, I'm going to tell how many of those that they need to for the correct answer. I hit Tab to start the entry of my first response. I've got a couple typed in. I hit Tab. It moves me to the next field for me to type my next one in. I have my entries all in. I generally put the correct answers at the top, so I can just check those correct answers. And then I come over here, tell it to randomize the questions. So even though I put them all correct answers first, when the student gets them, they'll be randomized. And I'll also come over here on the right hand side and say I want to score partial credit when I do that. Going to save again. My next question is going to be a matching question. So I start that. I'll put in my statement and then put my matching entries after that. I've gotten my question in, my statement. I hit Tab to start my matching, and I have a right and a left item here that I'm going to start putting my matching statements in. Again, I've got all my matching statements in that will match. I'm going to randomize them, and I'm going to say score for partial credit. So I'll go do a save, and I have my 3 different kinds of questions done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show how to align those with standards. If I go up on the top right hand corner, I click Standards, I choose CTE, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to scroll down till I find Exploring CS Computer Science. That takes a minute for those standards to line up. These all deal with standard 7. I'm going to hit the diamond so that it opens up so that I can see all of those. Okay, first one is standard 7. So I'm going to do standard 7, and it has to do with objective 3. So I'm going to line it with standard 7 and then standard 7 and 3. The second one has to do with standard 7, so I bring standard 7, and this one is objective 2, and the last one has to do with standard 7, and it has to do with objective 1. So I've aligned those not only to standard but also to objective. I'm going to save, and now I have 3 questions aligned with standards that can be put into a test item pool and used later on.